Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously, the TV shows, merchandising, I don't know, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case is, if it's related to Disney in any shape or form, I'll be talking about it. So, alright, I just wanted to do one of these kinds of response videos to like a podcast kind of thing. Yes, it's again from these people here. They're like super conservative or religious, whatever. Yeah, the people that I actually called really ultra soft. Yeah, these people. I'm talking about something from them again here, folks. And yes, obviously it's just what? Huh? What? Yeah, that kind of thing. They want to do their own review on Inside Out too. So okay, so I just got doing my own video of this film not that long ago, really. So here we go. I guess with some nonsense, I suppose. So the wondering, one of the questions: will their latest film live up to the original film? I thought it was a worthy sequel. I thought it was a really good film, a good solid follow up. Of course, I really liked it actually, despite maybe like a few complaints here and there. But they were also asking, oh, are there reasons for concern? They misspelled there, by the way. Like the way they spelled it is like it belongs to somebody, not the other way. But okay, are there reasons for parents to be cautious? I guess the way they said it, like anxious. Get it, anxious is like a character in the movie. You're not clever at all. I know this is supposed to be like a double meaning in some ways because yes, they're referring to the character, but also like there's something about the film that parents should be worried about. Like Jesus Christ, man! What? Why does it always have to be so gloom and doom with these people? I mean, yes, the movie does have some serious moments, especially towards the end of the movie. Yes, but God, I mean, these people. This movie just got out. It was just released, and you already want to say something about it. Okay, all right. I'm about to get into what they're saying because this podcast of theirs is not very long. This is only like what, maybe almost 3 minutes in length. Well, it's almost anyway, roughly 3 minutes. It's not quite, but still. All right, yada yada yada. Just wow. Okay, let's just get into it. I guess just whatever. Thank you for watching ahead of time. Ugh.
Hello? I'm anxiety.
A new emotion.
Oh, I'm sorry. We wanted to make such a good first impression.
What do you mean, we?
In the new Pixar movie Inside Out, we're reintroduced to Riley Anderson. She's a teenager now, and she still loves hockey.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me that, Captain Obvious. There are some things that kids know grow out of, even if they get older. I'm pretty sure there were some things that when you were into high school, or in this case middle school, there were still some things you liked back then than you did way younger. And that's what's the thing in the movie. It was also music as well that she Riley did like as a 13-year-old that she liked when she was like 8 or 9 or whatever. That was still a thing, but so what? Some things they never grow out of. Okay, assuming that the character isn't already in high school, but either way, still proves my point. If she's about to leave middle school or she already is in high school, either way, like I was saying, there's some things, yes, of course, you never grow out of. Even I'm pretty sure at this age that they're in now, I'm gonna say they, I mean the people who are making this podcast, even if they're in their 30s or 40s, I'm pretty sure there's still a few things that they like now, even as they did as kids. So that seems rather redundant, but okay.
As Riley enters puberty, her familiar emotions of joy, sadness, fear,
Okay, hold on a second. Isn't the average age to enter puberty like maybe 11, 12? 12, I think. So wouldn't that mean that she's a late bloomer? I mean, not that I'm judging or anything. It does happen. So it's not that I'm trying to pass judgment here or anything. I'm just saying. Anyway, does this have to be brought up? I mean, yes, your body will change. That's expected. Of course, you get stinky or sweaty or whatever. That happens. But okay.
disgust, and anger are joined by some new ones. There's anxiety and
You don't say ones, as in multiple or few or whatever. Who the hell taught you English? I mean, okay, I know, I'm getting rather nitpicky here. I'm just saying, but anyway.
that likes to be in control of everything Riley does. And we've got embarrassment, envy, and ennui, a fancy French term for boredom. As for what's happening in Riley's outside world...
Oh my God, can you get to the point? And like I said a moment ago, this is only about 3 minutes, well, a little less than that, but still, you're dragging it out. You're already dragging out. Oh my God. You don't know how to explain every little teeny tiny itty bitty thing. God.
Her two best buds are invited to a hockey camp. Once they arrive, insecurities, rivalries...
Oh my God, how do you skip some details? You just got to explain a little detail here and there and you skipped something. How about the whole two best friends who actually had to change schools? When you think about it, that's what caused this entire thing to go ahead, well, at least one of the major factors anyway. Because her life is changing. This caused like a chain line of effects, so to speak. So, okay, go on.
New friendships create a lot of drama and a lot of space for anxiety to go to work. Anxiety says...
What do you mean new friendships could cause a lot of drama? Again, you're skipping some detail again. I know what the detail is. I don't want to say it here really because... But yes, there is a very important factor this individual is looking over at. Like I said, I don't want to get too much into the plot really because I don't get spoily here. But yes, this individual is skipping quite a bit of details, and one of which does play a factor into the drama here, but okay.
She wants what's best for Riley, but her frantic attempts to ensure Riley never gets hurt just makes a big mess of things. So Joy, Sadness, and the rest of the gang in her head have to band together to help Riley back to emotional health.
Can we get to the point already? I'm seriously, you really butched the summary of the plot, really. You really butched it, really. Like the whole idea that her mother, Riley's mother, and her father, yeah, they're realizing that they had to take care of a teenage daughter. Maybe they're not really entirely prepared for this. That's something you didn't discuss, really. But okay, sure, whatever.
Let Operation New Riley begin. You aren't packed yet? I'm the worst! Well, that's a preview of the next 10 years.
Just as 2015's Inside Out did, this story offers a surprisingly complex glimpse into how a teen's emotions interact. Pixar has wisely avoided heavy-handed social messages here, and
Of course. In case you didn't pick that up, yes, that was a stab towards this. Yeah. So, you mean to tell me that you're okay with Disney being political in the other films, but if any other movie does that, then suddenly you will have an issue with that? Like, what? There's theories surrounding this kind of a thing in these two movies, sure, but why do you care anyway? Why does it bother you so much? I don't know.
focused on the ups and downs of a teen girl navigating her many emotions. Apart from some intense depictions.
So you're telling me that lesbians who are in middle school or just starting out in high school, they don't go through that either? No, it's just straight women that do that, right? Just no one else. Literally nobody else except them. Oh, okay, that makes sense somehow. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is so stupid. It is so stupid. Again, why do you care anyway? It's weird. It is so weird. And we can just wrap it up, please. Just dragging out.
Anxiety taking over, some very mild interjections, and a touch of bathroom humor.
Yeah, this is why I said you're ultra soft. You and the others are part of this podcast thing. What are you, like 50? Oh boy. Oh, okay. I'm like over 100, so I shouldn't be talking. I know, but I'm just saying. Even I'm able to pick that up. You seem old as shit. I know I'm swearing, but Disney has swear words before, so I'm only gonna say it once, I guess. Whatever. Unless you include the Jesus Christ bit, I guess that would be taking a swear word. But anyway, toilet humor, toilet language. Oh Christ, man! Really, this is so dumb. So what? What's the big deal?
This feels like a return to form for Pixar.
Again, that was no jab towards this. A return to form. What the hell? Okay. I mean, yes, there been this type of stuff in the movies for quite some time, like how it was in the first Frozen film. We see that the one character with his family whom people assume to be his husband or probably be boyfriend and whatnot. I mean, yes, I know a lot of people would want to point out this couple here or find Dorothy, but I find that questionable. I don't know the actual couple. They could have just been best friends or just sisters or something. I don't know. Because I don't want to assume there's not enough information there. They didn't say one way or the other, but one that was actually more explicit, more obvious is this, and that's fine, of course. Yes, that's a thing in a TV show. And okay, I didn't really watch the show really, but I know that's a thing in the show. But good for you. Nothing wrong with that. Oh boy, could you just imagine if they found out about the one character in Catherine? Yeah, this character. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm pretty much a little lost of shit over that. I mean, it's a start, I guess.
Movie about emotions that should resonate with parents, tweens, and teens alike. So we're giving it a 4 out of 5 for family friendliness.
Yes, by the way, the podcast, brother, it's almost over. It's almost done. It's just about to be done. They didn't say any actual criticism or any actual anything. They didn't say nothing. This was, again, nothing. They barely scrapped upon what was this about. Even saying that was a little too little, but okay.
Review at pluggedin.com/radio. I'm Adam Holtz for Focus on the Family's Plugged In Movie Review.
Do you realize I would go to your thing just to criticize you, right? So there's that. I will only go to your thing or your podcast just to respond to you. That's literally it. That's all I do when it comes to this. I'm not here to support you. Not really at all. So there's that.
It's time to level up. Give your kids a safe, faith-focused, and biblically based community, and so much more. Join the Adventures in Odyssey Club.
So the rest of this is just going to be advertisement for something you're promoting, like some kind of project or whatever. That seems like a waste of time. You didn't really talk about anything. Other than what, the few jabs at the LGBT plus community, that's about it, really? So it just comes out a promotion kind of thing for the rest of this. Okay.
Club members get on-demand access to the exciting Adventures in Odyssey series, including more than 900 episodes.
This is so dumb. More advertisements? I thought we were supposed to be talking about the movie. I thought that's the whole point of this is talking about the movie. And we didn't really speak about anything at all about the film. It's nothing. It's nothing at all. Ugh.
With faith-building activities, parental controls, and a safe online community, the Adventures in Odyssey Club could be your best.
More nothing. Yes, again, more nothing. It's of course, more nothing. More nothing. More nothing. Shut up.
Learn more and start your free trial at adventuresinodyssey.com/radio.
So yes, that's about it, folks. There's not much more I can say about that, obviously. So, okay. Yeah, after the success of the first Inside Out film, which became the 7th highest grossing film of 2015, and yes, they said that people stated that there was going to be a sequel to this eventually. So yes, a sequel was made to Inside Out, and that eventually came due to the success of the first movie, and it finally came. Even the director was actually gathering some ideas for a sequel at the time, while the original film's nomination were unveiled at the 88th award show up in July of 2016. For Pixar officially confirmed the sequel's development during the D23 Expo announcement in December of 2022, with some people coming on stage, like Amy, this individual, coming on stage to discuss, along with some other people. So yes, they had planned to do a second movie for a good while. So part 2 was actually planned for a good while, of course. And yes, the puberty thing was going to be a thing in the film and whatnot. So that was actually a thing in the film, of course. But in regards of the context within this podcast that was done, if you want to call it that is, it was just there. It was just thrown in there. And what's wrong with having some kind of social commentary? I'm not saying that this film is doing that. I'm not saying it isn't either. So for everyone who is going to watch this, you're going to have to discover that on your own. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it not. It's not either. So you have to pretty much. I'll leave you in limbo, of course, if you really want to know. But I just find that hypocritical because people like this didn't mind Disney was being political before. Yeah, Disney had made bunch on bunch. I mean, quite a few political stories multiple times before. Y'all didn't mind it then, so why is it an issue now? I don't get it. Yes, there's even a typed up review that they did on for the site. It's not that much better, really. And yes, it does go into the description of the story where Riley is, of course, changing and whatnot. And yes, of course, they don't really go much in detail again at all. Yeah, she's 13. She's just 13. Her old emotions are back. And then there's a whole hockey thing that was mentioned. And have to go to the hockey camp for like 3 days. And that's about it. So when it comes to the overall story, when it comes to the written up review, it's not that much different, really. They do a really bad job at it. Yes, of course, Riley doesn't show how to express herself. When it comes to stressful situations, of course, she doesn't know how to do this. She never experienced this specific emotions before, so of course she's bound to make mistakes. It's going to happen. Of course, there's still some childish behaviors, of course. So this written up review, does slightly better than the one they did of the podcast, but not that much different, really. And yes, you have to think about the future and whatnot. And when it comes to positive elements, again, they don't really go into much detail either, really. When it comes to being honest, that's funny coming from them, really. So yes, of course, having anxiety isn't necessarily bad. We're no kidding, really. But because having anxiety can also mess up a lot of stuff as well. But when they bring up this aspect, they don't really bring a whole lot of detail either. Of course, again, we know she's changing. I know that. She has to be supportive with her friends and whatnot. And then there's the one the hockey individual, the popular kid in school, of course. And Riley herself wants to make an impression. Yes, of course. A lot of kids do that. A lot of kids in middle school and high school want to mention this stuff. I want to be impressed or want to be a part of the popular good. That does happen. As I was saying, mentioned before, yes, there's a whole bit where her old friends, her old best friends, are gonna be sent to another school. It kind of depresses her in some ways, but she doesn't want to tell nobody. This is like really early on, of course, and she has to prove that she's a good person. And a lot of stuff right here gets glanced over. And that's the whole idea. Of course, in high school, she wants to make new best friends. And she wants to become a part of the popular crowd in high school because you have to determine this kind of thing for the rest of all 4 years, obviously. And okay, anyway, this just gets even more dumb. But okay, when it comes to spiritual elements, again, this is not a Christian thing, by the way. And yes, when it comes to diversity, yes, there actually is a Muslim character that is in there for a real brief. So why mention it, really? I don't get it. And okay, this makes this even more dumb. It just really asinine. Another thing that's a misconception when it comes to sexual content. I mean, what's sexual content? And when it comes, again, this is a misconception that a lot of people seem to believe that if you're going to include the LGBT plus, it's automatically sexual. It's automatically that. What are you talking about? I mean, it depends on what the story is. Just like with straight people. Straight people could have something that's really explicit, if you know what I mean. It could be there, not necessarily, but it can be. Same thing with the LGBT plus. I mean, it depends on the story. I mean, it just tells me that there's just projection. And yes, projecting stuff and making stuff up is a part of the story, by the way. They seem to miss that. Are you familiar with the first movie? There was hints of this in the first movie. So if they want to continue this in the second film, so what? I mean, there's a few references, but that's about it, really. But anyway, this goes on to say that the film takes a stance when it comes to does Riley like boys? I mean, the film doesn't address that. Where I saw this article, this review. I mean, this review is making the stance that the film makes a stance. Like she likes boy bands, therefore she likes boys. That's like the only evidence. Like what? That's literal evidence. Yes, the whole boy band thing is mentioned in the film, but it's not really a critical part of the movie. So that's like in the details, really. Like it doesn't amount to nothing. So apparently, according to the person who made this review, stated that the film took a stance as if to clear things up. Like, what does that mean exactly? So are you saying she's straight just because she likes boy bands? Where did this happen? This never happened in the movie. I mean, there's also a fan theory that she's apparently having a crush on the other girl, the popular one, but that's not in the movie either, really. That's the other extreme. There's a lot of people saying that there's a fan theory floating around that these two characters like each other, you know what I mean? But also, that's not in the movie either. That's not in the film either. She's not. This film is not taking a stance either way. And as for the whole boy band, it's only important to an extent. It's because the popular girl likes a specific type of music. Is what I'm getting at. Let me just wrap this up because this is hurting my head. I mean, yes, the whole boy band is semi-important. Again, semi-important, but not that important. Let's just wrap it up. My God. Anyway, but yes, when Riley enters the locker room, she sees a fellow player or two wearing a modest sports bras. Like, really? This bothers you? Look at those sports. And someone wants to make a joke about a plumber's crack, you know, like an ass crack when it comes to a plumber jokes kind of thing. That bothers you? Like, really? That's a complaint? What? Boy, I just think you're being ultra soft, really, because you're keeping, at least you want to keep kids in a bubble, and that's it, really. And this whole locker room scene is not a big deal. It really isn't. I mean, it's a big deal because, you know, in a sense that they'll interact with different people, but you just want to make them be ultra soft, just like you. And then when it comes to like crude language, again, you really complain about this, a drug and an alcohol use. Either way, it just makes you seem ultra soft, like you really complain about this kind of a thing. I mean, really, of all the things you complain about. And then for the negative stuff, apparently, you were going to talk about like somebody made a reference to urine, and somebody occasionally lying from time to time. Again, you're ultra soft. Ugh. So okay, again, they don't really give an example of anything like at all. They just really speaking in general terms. And like I said in my review for this movie, okay, they make an imperfect character. She's not supposed to be perfect. No human being is perfect. Neither are you. So why is this complaint? You complain about the fact she's not perfect. What the hell? And of course, and then let me see here, get closer. And then in conclusion, you still complain about nothing. And then you would talk about the woke culture, and yes, you complain about the inclusion of the LGBT plus community, and yes, you're referring to that's a bad thing, of course. As I said multiple times before, folks, I say it again here. You can separate the whole woke culture and the LGBT plus community. You can separate these two and support the LGBT plus and be inclusive with everybody. And yes, of course, in case anyone's wondering, yes, this video was a jab towards the Buzz Lightyear movie because that was being inclusive. Somehow that's a bad thing. I don't know how, but okay. But anyway, again, this doesn't really say anything. It's just speaking in broad terms and how parents should talk to the kids and whatnot. Again, they don't really give any actual real advice. Okay, yes, you should talk to your child, but they don't give any advice on how to. Yes, you should watch over them, but they don't give any advice on how to do it. Yes, you should be careful what they eat, but they don't give any advice to. And yes, they give it trying to talk about how you should speak to them, how to talk about their emotions. But again, and again, they don't give any specifics on how to do anything. So, and if you don't agree with them, somehow you're the bad parent. But do you have an issue with that now? You didn't mind it then? Because Disney was actually being inclusive with some of the superhero stuff or any other stories of sci-fi or whatever. And now everybody's just losing their mind. Y'all didn't mind it then, but now you do. I mean, I could go on and on with some stuff about Inside Out 2. I would like to, but I'll just end it here. This was long enough as it is. So thanks for watching. See ya. Ugh.